I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You'll break his spirit, sir. I've every confidence.
People are still MIA from the cloudburst going off. We just need a few more minutes. Have you seen this gun? You know they pay for this gear.
Batman, when you eventually turn up for my trial by Divinity Church, you will be relieved to discover that I have picked out the perfect plot for your corpse in the nearby graveyard. The unexamined life is not worth living, Detective, and I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective. Ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud, Detective. A dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect. Welcome, Detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Detective. Lower the water, like so. Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? Not quite, Detective. Well done, Detective. I think you're getting the hang of it. That's one, Batman. The water might be lower, but you're still out of your depth. Detective, since that car is quite clearly an extension of your ego, I thought you'd take better care of it. Do you have a death wish?
Riddle me this. What's dead? You!
scratched your car. I'd swap insurance details, but I expect you'll be dead by morning. Another switch? Why, the water is almost as low as Catwoman's chances of freedom. Why don't you celebrate with my friends? You know what? I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there! Struggling, detective? I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections. This is why my projections were off. I failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, detective. I will recalculate post-haste. Excellent. You're barely keeping up to the precise degree my equations predict. Careful on your way out. Designed riddle, an unfair death trap, really comes down to user error.
Hey, Eddie. Can't we play a different game? This one's getting old.
Do you think he's smart enough?
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating. And they say black cats are bad luck.
Another key, well done. Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
I have always been the smartest man in the room, Detective, forced to endure the suspicions and mockery of those whose meager mental faculties prohibited them from appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities, marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swooned. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
Selena's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
Disappointed. At least now.
Uploading virus now. Jack's on the move, sir. Good luck.
Enemy spotted. Otisburg. Dragon offline. Lost the Rattler. Batman's taken out a drone. Direct hit on the Rattler. Mama down. Drone moving to flanking position. Alpha targets hit a drone. Confirm multiple hits. Over. Enemy flanked. Rattler's been hit. I can take
The bomb's payload is exploding. I can use the power winch to trigger a controlled explosion.
Assuredly done, sir. As ever.
Selena's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
I hope they send the National Guard in. We'll tear them apart.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes.
Well, hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for two half-wits instead of one. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? Oh, come now, Detective. I really couldn't be shining more of a light upon the problem. Did that hurt, Catwoman? Good. That pain is what stupidity feels like.
Oh, Eddie, you're going to feel very, very stupid when I catch up with you. You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist.
Nearly there, Selena.
What a shock. For you, I mean, Detective.
Done on this side.
Expecting it.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations. And now your reward. Robot. I suppose you just about earned it.
When I get out of here, I'm sticking this collar around Eddie's neck.
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ranelagh Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built a series of underground death traps across the city.
And?
And I just wanted to say, be safe. This is definitely your mess, and I appreciate you cleaning it up. But just be careful while you do it, okay?
This is your chance with Catwoman, Patsy. She's vulnerable, trapped in an abandoned orphanage. That sure spells romance to me. Speaking of which, I went back to the afterlife to check on Talia, and, well, we got to talking about how you basically murdered us both. She started crying, so I went to comfort her, and, well, before I knew it, one thing led to another, and, you know. Thing is...
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
Forget how you feel while you still can, Patsy. Because when I take over your body...
Batman won't be able to move in this city without us knowing. You heard the stories? He sounds tough. His ghost stories will work on me. Yeah, you're right. He's just a man. What's the worst he can do? Well, I don't know. Break every bone in your body. Was I talking to you?
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph. So I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course. A symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But this is my finest work, Detective. My masterpiece, my Enigma Resistance. So, let us take that inexplicably life-sized children's toy for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Tutoberg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, Detective. Drive faster, drive headlong into defeat. Behold your doom. What? Impossible! That cannot be! You should have fallen to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equation. right here! I don't understand. How are you still alive? Oh, of course. You got lucky, didn't you? It was luck! Luck! The kindly lifeguard of the idiot. I can hardly factor luck into my equations now, can I? I'm not a homeopath. You've been waltzing with Lady Luck your whole life, Detective. But now the music stops. Farewell, Dark Knight. No! This isn't right. This isn't possible. This isn't happening. I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me! Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Too slow, Detective, too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. Don't be ashamed to have failed, Detective. This isn't a racetrack. It's an immaculately constructed work of art. It is perfection. Such a pity I couldn't show you the Riddler mobile. It's bigger, faster, several times more aesthetically pleasing than your vehicle. It's in the shop. And to think, I was actually concerned you may succeed. I forgot who I was dealing with for a minute there. Since you cannot even be counted on to kill yourself, I will do it for you. I'm controlling the mechanisms now. Controlling mechanisms. You'll make a mistake. Of course you will. I know you will. Make your peace, Dark Knight. This really is it. It has to be. Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. God, I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. If you're feeling vainglorious enough for another attempt, Dark Knight, you must trundle back to the start of the course. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. Don't worry, Detective. You have until dawn. Not that it'll make any difference. Stop not dying! Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. You didn't. The key. Now you collect the key. Those are the rules, and I have to follow the rules, don't I? I set them, after all.
Okay, almost there.
Riddle me this.
And here we go. Oh, that's it. No more.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You are now free. Free to take my final exam. To take my final exam.
Eddie, I didn't know you'd started cheating. I'm disappointed.
I dissemble. I artfully obfuscate. But I do not cheat. As you and Batman will discover when you attempt my final riddle room. Catwoman, this evening is not about you. Wait for Batman. Wait for... Do you have a photographic memory, Detective? Because I do. I can summon your sneering features at will. That is when they don't burst unbidden into my brain. I have perfect recall, too. I can remember every time you've hurt me. Sometimes I wake up, Dark Knight, to the feel of your hands around my neck, your carbon fiber-coated fists smashing into my solar plexus. How dare you brutalize me? Me! Your intellectual superior. You're better. Me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and the world's greatest everything. You're a thug, Detective, a bullying emblem of the arrogant notion that might makes right. Come back to the orphanage, where I will end you and the unjust things you stand for.
Now's my chance to free Selina from the orphanage. This sick game has gone on long enough.
Agreed, sir. Best of luck.
Anyone switching off, not for 1 second.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat.
How have you been?
Perfect. Eddie hasn't said a word since you left that last course. Do you ever rub people the right way?
They never ask nicely.
This This is it. One last hoop to jump through, then I'm free to rob Gotham blind. I mean, you know, make sure everyone got out. I'll check the art galleries first.
Meet the Riddle Square, a puzzle which draws influence from both late 20th century puzzle cubes and mid-15th century torture devices.
Oh, if Eddie wanted us to play a game of life-size chess, he could have left us more pieces.
I don't think that was the idea.
Riddle me this. How can you play my game when you've already been barred?
Play my game.
No, Dark Knight. You're way off the mark. Perhaps you're looking at this conundrum the wrong way. You can't go through it, children. And no, you cannot tunnel under it either.
Can you find a way in?
Congratulations. Now let's cut to the best part.
Selina, watch out! Get ready!
Damn him. How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah, beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings. You will not win this!
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job. It's still not a riddle, Eddie.
You just haven't figured it out yet.
This is it. This is the end. The final riddle.
It's done. Keys by the entrance. Let's go.
You smooth talker, you. Give me a second to compose myself. You know what the worst thing about this was? It looked cheap. Well, handsome, what are we waiting for? So is it just Central Gotham that's evacuated? Or are the mansions empty too?
Scarecrow threatened the entire city, Selina.
And it's such a tragedy. You go save the day, and I'll make sure Bruce Wayne locked his doors.
Good luck with that.
Cheater! You fraud! You chancing, fumbling amateur! Look what you have reduced me to, Batman! If you cannot simply bow down when confronted with your obvious superior, then I will stoop to your pathetic pugilistic level and make you! I designed this suit to perfectly defend myself against your violent excesses, so please understand, Dark Knight, that this is an intellectual victory above all.
All yours.
Now color me triumphant. Time for a change. Die, father! I mean, Batman!
Take it out!
Prepare for disintegration! Thank you, Batman, for teaching me the effectiveness of violence tonight! Enough! This is beneath me! You are beneath me! You want to finish this, detective? Then you must earn the privilege! Solve every last riddle in this city and I'll fight you, Batman, but not a moment before.
Or we could just leave you down there, Eddie. Come on, Batman. This cat wants to prowl. I've been cooped up all night, handsome. We're leaving. Why bother? Let's leave him and hit the town. Fresh air, freedom, and darkness. Perfect. How shall we celebrate? I know a couple of poor, defenseless museums. But then again, I also know a couple of hotels.
Tonight's not over yet. There's more work to be done.
Of course there is. You do know how to kill the mood. Do you ever take the night off? Do you ever take the suit off?
Not on nights like this, Selina. It's what I do.
Fine. I guess I'll hit an art gallery or two, while the big bad bat's distracted.
You're not going to thank me?
Why? It's what you do.